Okay, you guys, so I'm done. So you can see how nice this looks already with like just all of the lines. It looks like a really nice quality drawing, okay? The more lines you add, the more details you add to your art, the more interesting it is to look at. And even if there are tiny mistakes, like not every single one of these lines is drawn perfectly, right? But even if there are tiny mistakes, it's still gonna look really, really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is talk about this background. On this one, I did some little lines like this, and then I was gonna paint it with watercolor and make it just ocean, okay? If you wanna do that, something you could do is if you wanted to, you could have, like if I wanted a dolphin, maybe like popping up out of this wave, right? I could do that. And you could even do it as a silhouette if you wanted to, since we're doing a lot of like lines, okay? Or you could just leave it as lines and then you could watercolor it, okay? On this one, maybe we wanna do some sky details. Now there's not very much sky around him, okay? But I'm gonna make it like it's a gray sky or like there's a lot of clouds. And I'm not gonna put a sun because there's just really no space except for the corner and we don't wanna put a corner sun, okay? So I'm just gonna do a few little clouds. We really want our background to be simple. And then we're gonna come back through and paint with our watercolors, okay? There's my clouds, and then maybe I might put a few of these little like M birds in a few places, okay? Now if I wanted to put a sun, this might be a good place for a sun, like right here with some lines coming out, all right? I'm not gonna just absolutely tell you what you can or can't do, but just keep it simple. Okay, so there are my details, okay? And then you're just gonna paint. Now, one thing I wanna talk about is if you want to, you could paint his cheeks and his eyes, or you could use, okay, sorry you guys, I had to go get some watercolor paints. Okay, so let's talk about this, then we'll talk about his cheeks and his eyes. All right, so for the ocean, oh, I didn't get a paintbrush. You might just use blues and greens, right? So I might use some blue. And this is just on typing paper, so it's not gonna work nicely. You guys have that really nice watercolor paper and some green, and you could make it like an ocean color, right? Like he's standing on his ship with ocean as far as the eye can see. Okay, but are we painting the sea captain himself? No, and I was about to tell you you could paint part of him, and I will in a second. Okay, so that would be if I wanted to do ocean. All right, if I want to do sky, probably don't want green in your sky, okay? But you could do blue, you can make it a sunset, whatever you want, all right? So, whatever you decide to do, so I'm just gonna take my time and go around that cloud and take my time and go around this cloud. Just make sure you have plenty of water and you're being careful with it, okay? But if you want to, and look, I got a little bit in there, that's okay. I'm just gonna blend that out. I cleaned my brush, watch. Cleaned my brush, it's completely gone. Okay, if you really want to, you could get a smaller brush. I'm not gonna use a smaller brush because I feel like I can handle it. And if you wanted to, you could paint, I made mine with the little rosy cheeks. So I'm gonna emphasize those. Emphasizing them means that they show up, okay? And then I'm gonna paint his eyes. I'm gonna give him green eyes. He can have brown eyes, whatever color eye you want. Or you could use a marker and do the eyes if you want to. You have plenty of markers laying around at all times. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm just gonna do his eyes and his cheeks, and then I'm gonna finish my background, and then we're gonna be done. And I can't wait to see these. These are gonna look awesome.